In this episode, we're talking about the E-lift, and then we're digging into celebrity makeovers. Let's see what all the hype is about. That's all ahead. Party's over, my friends. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I started to really focus on doing things for my body that made me feel good. I decided to write my book to share this knowledge, and people have really resonated with it. And that night at 5 in the morning, there's a girl at the front door. I was able to figure out what a narcissist was because I was married to a narcissist.
There's some stuff in there I'm very surprised that you're talking about.
I can spot the red flags now from a mile away. I want the viewers of my show to walk away feeling great about themselves and feeling empowered. I'm going to incorporate my story as well in the show, but I also am very interested in learning about other people's stories.
I love your honesty and your genuineness. That's what makes you so authentic and real and why people want to talk to you.
Watch Party's Over. It's going to be fun, informative. We're going to have a great time. Party's over. I'm here with my friend Nancy, who is my co-host for this episode. Hi, Nancy. The E-lift is one of the newest procedures in cosmetic surgery, and we've got just the expert to break it all down for you. Dr. Ali Sharafuddin is a plastic surgeon who's joining us today. Welcome, Dr. C.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on our show. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
So I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon, born and raised in Lebanon. Did my training at the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic, and I specialize in facelifting. I specialize in facial rejuvenation, and that's what I do every day, 5 days a week.
Facelifts only, or other procedures?
Facial
Which
rejuvenation.
Is amazing.
That's
Yes.
the aging face. This is really my focus, and this is what I love to do. It was my first day as an intern, and I saw a facelift procedure, and I was like, this is really what I want to do. It was love at first sight, and continues to be.
Which his work is amazing. So he has created the E-lift, which is the new face of facelifts. And for those people who aren't familiar with that, could you explain what the E-lift is?
So it's a little background. Facelifts have evolved significantly, and we started doing facelifts in 1920 in Paris and France, and it started to evolve until 1974. There was a major breakthrough in techniques, and this is when we started to understand the SMAS and understand what's under the SMAS. And it's just a technical thing, but since 1974 until now, there's not a lot of major breakthroughs in the actual techniques. What have changed is the concept of rejuvenation, the concept of looking natural. Now, at Eden, we're taking the conversation to another level. You will rarely see me talking about techniques. We talk more about concepts of rejuvenation, and this is why the E-lift is getting a lot of attention. We really think outside the box. Like it takes almost a year for a patient to get on my schedule for the procedure, and during that year, we prepare the patient and we study the patient, and we think about it as the aging signs that we see on the face are just symptoms of an aging process that happens at all levels in the body. And that's why we're looking, for example, at the genetic age of every organ in the body before we do the procedure. We're looking at hormones, right? Hormones are a big, have a lot of importance in the health of the skin all over the body. Now think about it, when a pregnant woman, right? Lots of hormones, skin looks amazing, looks shiny, her face looks amazing, right?
Yes.
And when you go through menopause and we start losing hormones, that also affects the skin, affects the face. So we look into that too. Now, what's also important is the kind of environment the patients live in. Are they exposed to toxins? Are they exposed to things they should not be exposed to? That can affect healing. And I've learned this really kind of the hard way. I had a couple of patients, the healing was not optimal, lots of swelling, they were uncomfortable. And I have a friend of mine, a functional medicine doctor. We're talking about these things, and then we test them and we find pesticides in these patients. They traveled
Oh,
from,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
they live on a farm. My wife, we tested her, had arsenic. She was
Yeah.
losing hair.
Wow.
So now we have a filtration system in our apartment to make sure that, we're not drinking arsenic water. So there's a lot of things we do to prepare the patient to get the patient into an optimal situation to get the Eve lift or the facelift. Now, from a technical standpoint, and this is really the point fort of the Eve lift, is I never offer the same procedure to patients. I never say, you're coming in, I'm going to do this facelift for you. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's 6 types of facelift or 7 types of facelift we can do, and it would be a shame. They all do great, and it would be a shame just to do one of them, right? Sometimes I have 2 sisters in one day, and they get separate, different procedures. You can do application, you can do a smastectomy, you can do a high smash, a low smash, an extended smash, a deep plane, a skin only. There's so many tools we can use. All these tools have been present since the 70s. Actually, Dr. Skog, he's a Swedish plastic surgeon. He was doing this reconstructive surgery on a burn patient in the face, and he discovered that there's this layer called he didn't name it SMAS. It was another surgeon who named it SMAS, that you can lift up and move around to. He used it for reconstructive purposes, and this is what really ignited the SMAS facelift, or whether it's a deep plane or a SMAS. But I don't go into the techniques of the facelift because each patient needs to get its custom-made facelift, and that's why when you go on my website or our books or the social media, you see hundreds and hundreds of before and afters, and it's very hard, or I think impossible, to find 2 patients that look the same.
Do you have a certain protocol, like a regimen, like how people to prepare? You say it takes a year. So is there like a protocol that people could go by to prepare themselves for that?
Absolutely. So the moment we meet and we decide on proceeding, and we have a date, let's say next year, October or whatever, we get the ball rolling. We start, and you start meeting with my nutritionist, with my functional medicine doctor. We get all the labs we need, all the tests we need, and the conversation starts as soon as possible. And we really started immediately. Yeah.
So you're doing like a heavy metals test? Are you testing the gut? Are you is it a
There's
big battery of
100.
tests?
I would love to have Dr. Labib one day with me, because
Yes.
he's much smarter than me, and he shows me these pictures and these graphs, and I look at them he's like, can you see this? Can you see? I'm like, yes. I mean, he tests so many things, and he treats so many things,
Yes.
and he's my Dr. Labib is my functional medicine doctor. He's the one. He's OBGYN by training. He does difficult OBGYN cases. He specializes in that. At the same time, he wrote 2 books on functional medicine, and he's into all of these tests. And soon we're going to be able to test the age of the skin. We don't have this technology yet, but in the next few weeks we're going to have it. And I haven't told this to anybody. We're going to start studying. You know how you mentioned the gut. You know how you have some bacteria in the gut, and they're really important, right? Well, guess what? We have a microbiome on our skin, and it's really important too. So we're going to be the first practice in the world to be looking at the microbiome of the skin in preparation also for the facial rejuvenation. That's why the procedure, the actual procedure, is the last thing, and it's really the easiest part of the whole process.
Because you're looking at the patient holistically from all angles, not just looking at, I need to.
It's just not one procedure.
No,
it's going to be everything
they're doing
together.
a lot of testing.
That's pretty amazing.
That he's the only surgeon, and I've met plenty that does this.
It's funny how you mentioned that, because I had an aunt. She had a facelift, and I guess they didn't realize that she has maybe the microorganism. She ended up swelling up and had a horrible reaction. She was on a test tube for about a week. because she had some sort of bacteria infection. So that's important. Most surgeons don't look into those details, and you're amazing. You're looking at all the
No,
details.
he looks at everything. I went to his office because I thought maybe I needed something recently, and he told me to leave. So unfortunately, I can't use it.
I kicked her out. I said,
He kicked her out of my office.
What are you coming to do
I'm
here?
like listening like intensely because I'm like, I think I'm almost there.
He's like, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, "Oh, because I had one 7 years ago, and I'm
Yeah,
sagging."
because
He's
she
like,
told me, she's like, you should have been like 2 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, am I too
"Just
late?
leave
Am
my
I too
office."
late?
And then we randomly ran into each other in Italy this summer.
Yeah, oh, that's amazing.
No, it's amazing. But no, he's a great practice. And
It's
his
never
way-
too late, right? It's never too late.
Well, a good surgeon's going to tell you the truth.
Okay.
And also, I tell the viewers, and it's in my book as well, when you're looking for a facelift surgeon or for tummy tucks, you want somebody that specializes in that one area, because like you're doing so many procedures per year. Like, how many facelifts do you do in a year?
We do at least, I do take a lot of vacations, but we do around 300.
Right, 300 is a number
That's a lot.
because that makes him an expert.
Right.
He's specializing in the face. Otherwise, if he was doing tummy tucks or breast augmentations, that number would be reduced to probably 50, 60, or 100.
And you
That's
sound
true.
like you know
That's
your
true.
stuff.
I mean,
yeah.
the usual practice is a practice that, look, plastic surgeons are some of the smartest medical students, right?
Yes.
And they want to do everything, and
Yes.
they can do breasts, they can do noses, they can do tummy tucks, BBLs, all that stuff. And it happens that there's a few of us in the country who just want to do facial rejuvenation, and it makes it a very rare opportunity, right? I enjoy it every day, every case. I learn something every case. This morning I had this amazing man. He didn't give us permission to show his pictures. He's 77. And
Wow.
I mean, his life was absolutely amazing, and he's very active, and he lost some weight, and he has a little thing here. So we took care of it. So every single case is different. The second case I did, she's younger, of course. She's like 52. Nothing here, a few things here. And she's like, you know what? I don't want to go through non-invasive or minimally invasive procedures. I just want to do it. I want to be done with it and move on.
Right, so which is great. How do you feel about the endoscopic facelift?
So there's a lot of endoscopy. The world of endoscopy really started in the early 90s. And it really started in, I think, in OBGYN, when people started, instead of cutting the abdomen open and looking inside, they would put a little scope, inflate the abdomen with gas, and start looking around. Then people started taking appendix out, right? The appendectomy being done laparoscopically. So that means putting a little camera after you inflate and you look inside. And then in the mid 90s, late 90s, people started talking about an endoscopic facelift. Now, the most common procedure that used to be done endoscopically in the face was an endoscopic brow lift.
Right.
Where people put a few incisions right here, and they go in with a camera, and then do stuff. Now, the next level is when they really come down to the face with the endoscope and work on the tissues. Now, when we talk about the brow lift, an endoscopic brow lift, standard procedure, very common, done for a long time. I don't need the endoscope when I do my brow lifts. I just do them without the need of the endoscope. It's super easy to do without the endoscope. Now, when you talk about an endoscopic facelift, this is usually for the younger population, the younger patient who doesn't have much skin to be removed and who needs soft tissue repositioned.
Is it less invasive?
Yes, it's less invasive, but isn't there something that they use where it's like a giant thread? Almost.
Well, this is the threading is a whole other world. I'm not into it. I'm not big on it. I haven't seen very successful threads. But with the endoscopic facelift, it's just a facelift that doesn't remove skin. It actually repositions the cheek or the jowl back into where they should be. It's not a very common procedure because usually under 40, you have younger patient trying to get the cheeks up or something, But most of the facelift, I would say 99% of the facelifts are done with the open technique, where you really have to remove skin. Either you have to remove skin from here or remove skin from here at the same time. You got to work on on the inside of the skin, the SMAS and the fat,
So
and
it's
the
less
platysma
the face
band and all these
contouring.
things.
Yeah, so like for our
When you're
age
younger,
group,
you want face contouring, but when you're older, like us, we want
you
that
need
uplift.
you have excess skin. So when
Yeah.
can I come back?
You're welcome. You're welcome anytime.
Can I get a group discount?
Well, we have to look. We have to make sure, really, even if you're not getting a procedure,
Yeah.
let's make sure that you're not exposed to certain toxins. Let's look
Yes.
at your hormones. Let's look
Good.
at your
So I can
genetic
come
area.
back and be a patient for that.
Anytime. You're welcome anytime. So yeah, and we're doing now little things. Now there's so much technology out there, and it makes people confused. Right? It's really confusing. Every 5 minutes you have a device coming up, and I have three devices in my office. That's it. A CO2 laser.
Yes.
This works.
Which
we
we
know
love.
it works.
We
It
love.
works. There's no doubt about that, right?
Yes.
A microneedling device, it doesn't have to be with radio frequency. Any microneedling works.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, there's a whole thing about microneedling. I'm not going to go through it.
Right.
And an IPL.
Yes.
That's it. That's all what you need. Now, whenever you hear something, when something sounds too good to be true, especially with a facelift, just be careful. Just be very careful. It took me years and years, me and all the other surgeons who do facelifting, years of practice, years of residency, sleepless nights, cadaver dissections, meetings, conferences, reading books, watching videos, training to be able to do this. When someone tells you, I can do this with you in 20 minutes and you're going to be fine, you're going to get a facelift, just be careful. Just
Yeah, I agree.
be careful.
There's a lot of research that needs to go into searching for the right surgeon. And I'm sure you have people flying in from everywhere because his waiting list is so long. It's minimally a year. I actually think it's a year just to get a consultation.
I'm not sure about the numbers.
I think so.
I think, yeah.
It's a
I mean,
long,
we're very lucky. We're
it's a
very
long
lucky.
waiting list.
What I'm
We're
afraid
very
of is
lucky.
like, some people get into, like some doctors, they liked a certain look. And that look may not look good on
right.
certain faces.
Yeah.
So that's some doctors, they don't know how to think outside the
Like
box.
more of a signature
And
instead of a
I sense that
customization.
you are more of
Yep.
a customer.
Look, it's very simple. I mean, I think it's very simple. I look in the face, we look inside, we see how the aging happened, how the SMAS dropped, what's the best way to bring it up where it should be, and really trim the excess. I mean, and technically, it's really simple. I mean, obviously, I've done my 10,000 hours of expertise in this, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, but technically, it's simple, and there's no magic facelift, really. I mean, there's nothing. Like a board certified plastic surgeon with appropriate training should be able to do a really good facelift.
And
There's nothing.
what do you
really
do when you have like
imagine.
unrealistic goals? Like people come in
Yeah.
and they have
No,
unrealistic goals.
thank you so much for this question. So I want every case I do to be a home run. Like every single case, I want it to be a home run. And this only happens if I can do what the patient wants me to do. If they're asking me for something that I cannot technically achieve, or if I can do and make them look really stretched like this, I'm not going to do it. So I turn down around 30% of the patients I see.
He turned
There's-
me down.
Yes.
He said, get out.
That shows that you're a great doctor, and most doctors don't know how to turn.
I know, that's
Yes.
why I said, he said, look, I have the lights on, I have a staff, I have to make money, and I still want you to leave.
Wow.
That's why I know he's a great
That's impressive.
surgeon.
So
He's very impressive.
you just vouched for us.
So it's really the expectations, and if they really need it. So like Sandra, you come in, I'm looking at you, I'm like, what am I going to lift? There's no lifting to happen, and you're rejuvenated. You look great. You look amazing.
Thank
I mean,
Thank you.
but the other things, when people start talking about stretching the lips in order to get rid of some lines on the lips or lines around the mouth, this is where when I start like, okay, maybe I cannot do this case. Or expectations, expecting the surgery to get you a better role in a film or get you higher in your company or
Or look like
you-
somebody you're not.
Or a filter.
or bring
Yes.
you back or
Right.
bring you back an ex-husband or or the ex-wife. No, really. I mean, I get
Or
this.
escape your
get
past. Yeah, or escape your past.
That's so funny.
The procedure is a procedure. You're doing facial rejuvenation. That's it. This is where what I want to really do a home run every time. And there are things I can do and things I cannot do. And I keep it very, very simple.
So where can our viewers find you exactly?
You mean physical location?
Well, the physical location we know is in Coral Gables.
We're on Mercy. We're on Mercy
Okay,
campus. I love the hospital. We're on Mercy campus. We're in one of the professional buildings. Now, look, I can be anywhere I want in the world or in the state of Florida. I choose this because there will be this one patient who's going to get a Tylenol and get this allergic reaction to Tylenol, right? It's going to happen.
Right.
So I like to have peace of mind. I'm on campus, connected to the hospital. Knock on wood, never needed it, never used it. And I live in Brickell. That's why I like this location. I'm 5 minutes away from the office. Now, our recovery hotel is really on Brickell Avenue. So it's like 5 minutes away from where I live,
perfect.
5 minutes away from my office. Yeah. And on my evening run or evening whatever walk, I always pass by and see how the patients are doing.
That's
it's right
amazing.
under my house. So we have a nice ecosystem happening.
So for our viewers who are watching,
do you have a website?
Yeah, he has a
see your
website.
work? Mm-hmm.
He has Instagram. Yeah. The Instagram is
is the most popular. The Instagram is the most popular. It's _official.
Awesome. Yeah, and we'll have all of this in the show notes.
Checking you out.
For the viewers also, whoever wants a facelift and can come to Florida, it's easy. It's easy.
They usually come to Miami and the night before, and then I see them in the morning. And we do it. They stay 7 nights in Miami. I tell them to bring a husband, a friend, a significant other to have fun because recovery is pretty fast and good. They take some Tylenol for some discomfort, and they have the famous the famous wrap, and they walk around Miami. Everybody knows they've been here when they see it.
It's like a badge of honor. It's actually a badge of honor.
Does the wrap say Eve left on it?
It doesn't say anything, but they know. Like at the hotel, on the
that would
hotel.
Be funny.
You know, it's funny because all my patients stay at the hotel on Brickell Avenue, and they meet each other in the morning or on breakfast table or whatever, and they become friends. And they exchange numbers, and they Uber together to come here. It's fun.
That's a community. That's great.
Yeah, it's a community.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you so much. This was amazing. This was great information. I really appreciate you taking your time today to come on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. If you like what you're hearing on Party's Over, do me a favor and share it with your friends. And please like and subscribe to keep our community growing. We'll be right back. Ladies, are you ready for some celebrity talk?
Can't wait. Love that.
And now we have Erica with us.
Hi guys. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Celebrities set the tone for so many beauty trends, especially for cosmetic makeovers. Joining us is Jillian Telling, senior reporter for People magazine. Thanks for joining us, Jillian. Hi, Jillian. How are you?
How are you? Good to see you all.
You too. Thank you for joining us today. And give us a little bit of background about yourself, and then we can jump into it.
Yeah, sure. I'm a senior reporter at People magazine. I break news. I interview celebrities, constantly interviewing celebrities. I write cover stories. I write features for both the print magazine and online. So I kind of do everything, but everything's celebrity related. And we're going to talk about celebrities and how they're finally being open about getting plastic surgery, which is kind of cool, right?
It's amazing. So Jillian did this story about me and my, from bullshit to Botox and all of the work that I had done back in Valentine's Day weekend.
Yep. Thank you for being so honest, too. I mean, you're really like the trailblazer, right? Like you were like, it's time to stop pretending that we're not getting work done. It's time to start saying that we get stuff done, and here's what you should do, who you should go to, which I think is really like refreshing, right? Like own it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
No,
who
cares? You have to be honest. But now we're starting to see more celebrities, and you're in this world, you're starting to see more celebrities talk about it More openly?
Yeah, we were really
lately?
surprised. I mean, the big one was Kris Jenner, who posted about her facelift with Stephen Levine, and name checking the guy that did it was really rare. I don't know if she got like 50% off for that or what. Not that she needs it, the discount, but I think it inspired a lot of people to start coming out and doing the same. Some other people were like Kylie came out and talked exactly about her breast job and what she used and how she did it. I'm trying to think of who else has been honest about it. There were some other trailblazing celebrities back in the day. Cher was always like, I think she had that famous quote, "I can put my tits on my back," and that's my.
That's so funny.
Joan Rivers, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't care. I'm going to do what I want. But then, a lot of people like didn't say it, and then they would show up on a red carpet looking so drastically different, not always in the best way, and you'd sort of just be left like wondering, and you wish that they would talk about it. So I think this is a cool new era, actually.
Yeah, I think this is great that that's something where people are being honest about it, because, I mean, you see somebody look amazing and look refreshed, like, that they did something.
Right.
Like
and you want to know what.
Yes.
And also I think where your book is great and where your honesty is really refreshing is you also talk about what not to do.
Thank you.
You've talked about some of the mistakes you've made. And now things are just like, it's more accessible. You can get Botox, you can get filler, like at every like corner salon, not that you should necessarily get it at every corner salon. But, we openly talk about like upper eye bluffs in the office, like who wants one. We openly talk about like neck stuff. We all talk about Stephen Levine and his work.
His work's amazing. And I'm not sure that he actually even gave a discount. I think he's such a great surgeon that he probably doesn't have to do anything. I think his work speaks for himself, because he's not that surgeon that's on Instagram showing a bunch of before and afters, which, sometimes they're real, sometimes they're not. Like, you don't know for sure how accurate they are. It's like, I think that he's a surgeon that his work really speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the other thing about celebrities, listen, that comes with the job, right? That they're always their looks are going to be part of, what we talk about as fans, because we see them on screen and we see them up close. And then you look at somebody like Nicole Kidman, who just like looks so good, or Jennifer Lopez. And, you think about like women in their late 50s back in the day, they were like the Golden Girls.
Yes.
It's like J-Lo and Nicole Kidman and Gillian Anderson, and people who just look so good. And I'm a little jealous, to be honest, because
why? You look amazing.
I have a magazine writer's salary, and I want to go to Stephen Levine and get a little something. Not that I have time for the recovery.
No, but he would actually he wouldn't touch your face. I'd be really surprised if he gave you a facelift.
What's funny is a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about this year, not necessarily like writing articles about, but sort of internally, is the weight loss with all the GLP-1s and what's been doing to people's faces, and how they've had to like correct it a little bit, lift. And I think that might be like why the conversation about the work is getting more common, because the conversation about the weight loss and using the meds is also getting more common. I think that was like, possibly a secret, but diet culture has always been prevalent in Hollywood. Everyone's always had to be thin. The camera adds 10 pounds. Not everybody's admitting the weight loss drugs, but a lot of people are. Oprah.
You can see the difference. Like, for people who have been struggling with their weight for years and years and years, and all of a sudden now they're thin.
Right.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
I just think it's also social media also, because now people are more exposed, and now it's real time, and it's just coming in front of it instead of having it talk behind your back. So get in front of it, and then you don't have to shy away from it, and you don't come off as being unauthentic.
Yeah.
So it's about being relatable.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also social media and just like Zoom, in general, has made people very like much more cognizant, not just celebrities, but all of us, of like,
since COVID.
Right.
Right, because you're looking at yourself on the camera or on your computer screen, and you're like, wait, what's going on?
I know. And the phone like cameras are so good. If you take a selfie now, you're like, Luckily, they have some filters on them.
Yeah.
But I was going to say something about the weight loss. Oh, yeah. There's there was like a movement about body acceptance, which obviously I get behind and I think is great. But now with the GLP-1s, the movement I think is, pivoted back to thin is in.
Well, it's definitely thin is in because everybody's. I mean, we just did a whole segment on this the other day with a dietitian, and she was saying that so many patients they're like wanting to lose 10 pounds instead of the patients that she had, before that had to lose 100 pounds. Those are the people that actually really need it. For 10 pounds, you can just go to the gym or change your diet.
Or take the shot.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing this instead.
Yeah, thin is in. And I know that like I grew up in the 90s where it was the heroin chic era, right? So it was like Kate Moss and everybody, they had eating disorders, so which was not great. I was very skinny and wafy back. But I think you're right with like the 10-pound microdosing thing. I've noticed a couple celebs maybe have gotten too skinny. And I don't necessarily want to name names, but there was like one yesterday that was in the news for being like looking shockingly different. And it wasn't like they had, a total new face and a bunch of work done. It's just that they had lost weight
the
in their
volume
face. Yeah.
And then
they looked more gaunt and hollow.
Well, they call it Ozempic face. There's
different.
something called Ozempic face and Ozempic butt because you're losing that volume in your face and your butt. And to me, that doesn't look good. Like, it's okay to lose the weight as long as you're doing other things along with it. Like, you're still eating well, you're still eating your protein, and you're still going to the gym. You're still doing your weightlifting. But if you're just taking the easy way out and just injecting and not eating,
some people just get addicted. That's a problem, too. They get addicted. Or sometimes people have body dysmorphia.
Well, yeah.
So that's a problem, too.
And as you age, your face loses volume anyway, so you need the fillers and other things to compensate.
I mean, I have body dysmorphia right now being on camera as much as I am now. So now I'm looking at the camera like, okay, I hate that outfit, I hate this outfit. Like, I admit I have body dysmorphia.
But that's the problem. I think we're our worst critics.
We really are. We see things that other people don't see.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's good to admit too, because I have body dysmorphia. I mean, I like woke up this morning and I was going to go to the gym and I was like, no. And then I was like, you're fat, lazy man. And then I've like contemplated, well, I actually I would love to lose 8 pounds, but, and I contemplated, getting the like fake GLP-1 microdosing from hers or whatever, the like online sites. And then I was like, I don't know, just take your extra 8 pounds, so I have to like,
embrace
myself,
it.
like,
Right. Like you're always chasing something.
I had interviewed, she had a good point because she's like, you have to be really careful with what you're taking and where you're getting them from because if you're trying to take the cheap or easy way out, sometimes the product's not good. You don't know where it's coming from.
Could have a reaction.
Totally. And that's what stops me actually, because I do think, well, it would be kind of easy and nice to just, in 6 weeks, not have to think about the 6 or 8 that I've been hanging on to since my kids. But what if it's like weird and tainted, or then I have like intestinal blockages.
Other side effects of that.
Those are things to think about.
And also, I have to say, like, I'm curious as to find out what like silencing food noise is all about, but I also really love eating and drinking, and it gives me such great pleasure that part of me is also like, but I want to have a plate of cheese and a glass of wine. So
and you won't want to on that because you're going to lose that craving.
I know,
everything that you enjoy. So it's like
might as well eat paper, lettuce and paper.
Right, yeah.
Lettuce and nice chips.
Sandy, you never did the GLP-1?
I didn't when I wrote the book. And then recently, back in April, I gained 20 pounds like overnight. I went to Europe. I came back. This Italian restaurant opened close to my house. I was eating pasta at night. And all of a sudden, I couldn't fit into my clothes. I was having back pain. And so my doctor gave me trizepatide, which is a baby dose of trizepatide. I did it for like 6 weeks and lost the 20 pounds. So I've kept the weight off, but I was also doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing along with it. So I was still working out. So I didn't get the Ozempic face or the Ozempic butt, but I was doing the weight training and still eating a lot of protein. But I did gain the weight, and because of the back pain, I did take trizepatide.
And you liked it?
I did. I loved it.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I loved it.
I mean, listen, I like modern like inventions.
I think it's okay if you do it the right way. Like, I don't think it's
have to
okay if
embrace
you're
it.
just not going to work out and you're not going to eat well and keep up with your protein. Then I think it's an issue because that's when you are going to lose volume. And
Listen, I have no problem with any of this stuff, doing whatever you want to do. And you know what I love now is that the work is good, right?
Yeah.
Like people look good, but remember back in the day as celebrities, like
yeah.
Joan
It was
Rivers, for
unhealthy.
example.
It's unhealthy.
Yeah. Or look at all the
And-
celebrities that did the silicone in their face. I mean, they haven't been able to reverse it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And in their rears.
We've seen some things, you
Yeah.
know, where we're just
Right.
like some
good.
things will scare you off from doing plastic surgery. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan of the celebrities being honest about it.
It's
I
great.
think being honest about it is, like you said, you were saying, like, if you own it, no one can talk behind your back, right?
And then you learn from
They
other
can-
people
yeah,
what
they
they're
can talk to you
doing
about it.
and,
Yep.
and how you can look better.
Exactly. If
Yeah.
you own it, no one can talk about you. That's
Right.
perfect. Thank you so much,
And also,
Jillian.
more power to us. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. We're not like going anywhere just because we're over 40.
No.
I think everything in moderation
Yes.
and everything as long as you're not abusing it. Like some
Right.
people go take it to the next level, and that's when it becomes wrong. When it becomes
An
the business
obsession.
level obsession. There you go.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when
Just be
maybe like
mindful.
it's time to put a little bit of like talk therapy into
You
your
just need to
routine.
look natural. You still need to look natural.
But it is a slippery slope.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, once you go down the rabbit hole, you know.
It's addictive.
I know. I haven't gone too far down because
No.
So beautiful.
You look great.
oh, you guys are sweet. Well, I'm 48 now, so talk to me when I'm
Can you
50. and
imagine?
I'm
She looks wonderful.
Amazing.
And sometimes doing too much ages you.
You are all gorgeous, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jillian.
Well,
It's so
super
good to see you. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Thanks.
And now it's time for Spill It, where your questions take center stage and my friend Rita and I give it to you straight. Here's the latest. Can't wait for this.
Oh, I know.
Dear Sandra, I've been faithfully saving for my daughter's college fund, but I'm tempted to take money from the fund so I can finally get a mommy makeover. Is that selfish?
Yes.
Yes, it's selfish.
That's so selfish. Don't be an asshole.
Wait, so
you're going to take away from your kid's college to
You're
be
going to
vain?
skip a year for a mommy
Listen,
makeover? Are you insane?
No, we're all about procedures, but you do not let that come before your children.
No,
Never.
no.
No.
Let your daughter go to college and continue saving for her college fund. Let her finish,
Yes.
graduate, and then worry about your mommy makeover.
Yeah,
Like, are you crazy?
It's so rude.
That's awful.
That's awful. Do not spend your daughter's college money on procedures.
How selfish are you?
Horrible.
Yes, to answer your question, it's super selfish.
And rude and not acceptable.
And maybe you should go to therapy.
You should go to therapy. If you're considering having your child suffer so you can work on your own vanity, like, I'm all about
You're
procedures,
horrible.
but your children come first. You're a mom first, and then a beauty queen.
What about saving for your own procedures and set up your own fund, like a facelift fund or a mommy makeover fund, and in conjunction with having a fund for your daughter's college, but do not dip into your daughter's college fund for your own vanity.
And make sure you're not taking from your college fund and putting it in the facelift fund. Let's be clear.
That's right. Let's be clear.
The monthly
Save separately.
pot, college first, and then what's left over from college
Goes into your mommy makeover fund.
Nonsense.
Thanks for spilling it with us, and keep those questions coming. For more behind the scenes, beauty tips, and unfiltered real talk, pick up my book From Bullshit to Botox and follow me on Instagram at Sandra Silverman. And until next time, stay radiant, stay ruthless, and remember, trends come and go, but being true to yourself lasts forever.